Hi everyone, MUET candidates, welcome. So this is a introduction video on what is MUET. So I'm doing this in 2021. So this is actually an intro to the new format, which will be starting 2021. All right. So I will do the introduction based on what it is going to be like now in 2021. And I will not be making comparisons to the previous format because there will be those of you who are taking this for the first time in 2021, and there'll be those of you perhaps who are perhaps be taking it to get a higher band. So, but because of the interest of time, I don't want the video to be too long, so I will only be talking about what is the new format now. Okay, all right, so moving on. There are 4 components which will be tested in the MUET, which are the listening, speaking, reading, and writing component. What's important to note here is there is equal weightage on each component, 25% each, making 100%, and therefore it's important to note that you must focus on all 4 components equally in terms of your preparation. This is how the MUET is scored. The MUET scores are, because the weightage are equal, so therefore the scores are also the same. So the maximum score for each component is 90 marks, 90, 90, 90, 90, which makes 360. So basically you will obtain a particular score, and then these scores are totaled, and you will get a total aggregate score. And this will determine which band you actually obtain. So these are the bands. All right, so let's say, for instance, like from the previous slide, let's say, for instance, you get a total score of 300 and perhaps 20, then your band would actually be band 5, right? Another example, let's say you score something like 230. So then you would fall and obtain under band 4, okay? So what's important here is that please note that you must find out what is the target band that is required for your university course. Okay, so for instance, let's say if you are applying to do medicine or law, and your university requires, the university of choice which you want to attend requires for you to, let's say, obtain 4.5, then please make sure that you understand what work goes into to obtain 4.5. Okay, so this is important. Please find out what band is required for your university course. Okay, all right, moving on. Let's start with the first component, which is listening. So listening is approximately 50 minutes. You will get to listen to the recording twice, right? There are a total of 30 questions to actually answer. Yeah, what's important to note here is that the topics are actually related to academics, education. The subject matters are people, culture, health, environment, science, technology, and a few others. Yeah. So what this allows for you to do is, knowing that these are the topics, if when in the test, if you need to, of course, let's say, make smart guesses about what certain words may be, so you will know that it's related to these topics, all right? Okay, moving on, this is the second component. So this is actually speaking. So in speaking, there are actually, it will take about 20 to 25 minutes, and there are actually 2 parts which you need to answer. So you will first do an individual presentation and then followed by a group discussion, right? What's important to note here is that speaking is actually like in an authentic or real situation. Don't worry about accents and such. It's more about fluency and also expression. I will make more videos on this, and we'll go through speaking a little bit more thoroughly, all right? Okay, moving on. The next component, component 3, is reading. So reading, you have a total of 75 minutes and you have 40 questions to answer, right? So you get, of course, a mixture of multiple choice questions for matching, and also like filling in the gaps and things like that, yeah? So it's important to note that in order to score for reading, it's about accuracy. You have roughly like 1 minute to answer each question, including the time to actually read the passages, right? So the key here to score in reading, of course, is accuracy through practice. You need to do quite a few papers, especially if you want a high band, to get a feel of what the question styles are like, okay? All right, moving on. This is writing. Writing is actually my favorite component. This is the final component, component 4. You have also 75 minutes to do this, all right? You actually have to write a letter or email with at least 100 words, and also to produce an essay. So what's important to note here is you do not get options in the writing component. So you need to make sure that you prepare for both types of questions, all right? Okay. All right, so that's just a very quick overview of what the MUET is, the Malaysian University English Test, the new format starting from 2021. So I've made some videos and I'll be making some more. Feel free to comment on what kind of videos you want to watch. Is it more on speaking, listening, reading, or writing? But anyway, I'll be making more soon. So do subscribe if this is useful for you, and also see you soon in the other videos. All right, happy revising, everyone. Thank you.